Let's just load up like just a bare project here quickly. Okay, we'll open up an EQ again and just look at that. So here's one hat. That one cuts through aggressively. But like this one's pretty dark. So like, you know, if we are making a drum loop, you can hear that, you know, we listen. So it's just about knowing your sounds. This one's cutting through the high highs. This one's kind of more like a filler hi-hat. Okay, it's like a kick drum. So I'm just looking for a kick with a lot of low end. That's kind of a cool drum. Okay, let's just see, this one has a long tail. So if I was going to work with this, for me personally, I might trim up that tail because this tail might fight with the bass line. And so as I'm making the beat, this is what I'm thinking about. Let's kind of bring that back a little bit. Okay, so watch. And we'll just get a snare here now. That's a pretty classic kind of sounding snare. Okay, so I usually like my snares up here. And then, so kicks, snares, hi-hats. Okay, so we got a couple different drums going on. Okay, so again, this one could fight with the bass line because it has that tail. Yes, I've trimmed it up, but maybe we need to go a little bit more. Maybe something like that, okay? So we got our snares. Let's just layer up those snares, okay? This drum, maybe play this once in a while, okay? I'm going to cut it so that it sounds fresh each time it laps over. It's a bit fast, our tempo. And then we have something like this. So for me right here, because I'm hearing that this sounds pretty powerful, I kind of hear it's a little bit boxy sounding. So maybe I would open up like an EQ or something. And again, we are just wanting this drum to cut through nice. So watch, I'm just gonna maybe cut around here and we're just gonna boost up as well. So we get more of like a that kind of sound. And then for me, I have like this this little template, so I can just quickly run it to some distortion. So all I have on here is Fruity Blood Overdrive, okay? And then I also just did some light EQ, I guess. This isn't totally necessary, but so again, I don't like to put the effects typically directly on when it comes to like distortion and stuff like that. I usually like to route it in parallel, and this just gives more control. So if we listen to it before. Okay, so here. So boom. So without the EQ though. But like it's like we need more to me it's like we need more bass in there. So, you know, I just kind of bumped it up a little bit. And again, this is the auto gain, so we'll turn it up a little bit. Maybe we will compress it really, really hard. Get that drum hitting hard. Okay. Again, we do have auto gain on again here. So before. But now we can hear like that low end. You see, because we're compressing it so hard. Okay, so watch. We can take an EQ, and maybe we can kind of cut like the lows on that, just because it's kind of, I hear on my earbuds here, I kind of hear some rumble. Again, we're gonna turn off that auto gain. So watch, we go back. Turn down a little bit. So without these effects, so it is much louder. So let's just turn it down from here. Without it, like it hits way harder. Right now, if we went like into the mastering stage, now we can kind of glue it all together if we had instruments and stuff. So again, I'm going off track here. It's a bit of a long video, but I just hope that this kind of gives you some insight to when I'm building a drum loop, or if I'm building the melodies. I'm just thinking that, okay, we need to kind of spread our stuff around, right? We have the one hi-hat. This one cuts through in the high end harsh, right? This one's kind of like a filler. When it came to our snares, I just used them as a layer, okay? So layering is very, very powerful. This drum, this one really cuts through to me. That thing hits quite hard. And then I just used 2 different drums to kind of fill it up. Okay, so again, always think about your whole frequency spectrum when you, especially if you're playing sounds. Like I said there, like your bass line can be down in the lows. Your bass line can also be up in the high, and it becomes such a beautiful, powerful lead. And it's just amazing. So when you are selecting your sounds, make sure to take advantage of that frequency spectrum. And I promise you guys will be making way better beats.